The UK has played a central role in the history of the Palestinian crisis, and now it's being sued for it. A group of Palestinians say Britain is responsible for a century of oppression, including war crimes, and they want reparations. This is going to take some explaining, so let's start in 1914. It's World War I, and the Allies are fighting the Central Powers. Primarily, it's Britain, France and Russia against the German, Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian empires. The Ottomans controlled all of this, and it was during this war that Britain made three conflicting promises that still cast a shadow over Palestine today. 1. In 1915 and 16, as detailed in the Hussein-McMahon letters, Britain promised to support Arab independence, including that of Palestine, if the Arab armies under King Hussein helped Britain overthrow the Ottomans. 2. Britain then struck a secret deal with France to split the conquered Ottoman territory between the two countries, with Britain taking over Palestine. That's what's known as the Sykes-Picot Agreement. 3. The 1917 Balfour Declaration, in which Britain pledged to support a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, while also promising not to harm the rights of existing non-Jewish communities. Now you can probably guess which promises they kept. So despite protests, Britain began the occupation of Palestine, under what was known as the British Mandate of Palestine. For the next 30 years, Britain shaped the Palestinian territories to its will. Critics say Britain broke international law by failing to recognise an Arab nation in Palestine, as it pledged to do so in the Hussein-McMahon letters. The empire is also accused of deliberately transforming the political, social and cultural landscape of Palestine without having the legal basis to do so. For example, under the British Mandate, the Jewish population grew from around 60,000 to more than 600,000, with the majority migrating from Europe, while international Zionist groups bought up land from absentee owners, then expelled tens of thousands of Palestinian tenants. Then there's the division of historic Palestine. Critics say Britain bears primary responsibility for the abandonment of a unified Palestine, having encouraged partition as a solution to irreconcilable divisions it itself had nurtured. Britain's also accused of foreseeing but not doing anything to prevent atrocities by armed Zionist groups that eventually led to the Nakba, the expulsion of thousands of Palestinians from their homeland to make way for the creation of the State of Israel. Britain handed over responsibility for Palestine to the UN in 1948. The UN voted for partition, a two-state solution which has become the internationally recognised goal. Since then, the UK has considered Israel an ally, including now while it demolishes Gaza. Even though it has a century-long history of involvement in the territory with the name Palestine written into its mandate, Britain is only now set to formally recognise a Palestinian state. The new legal case against the UK government is part of a campaign called Britain Owes Palestine. It may not be the colonial power it was 100 years ago, but to Palestinians, Britain's legacy of dispossession and division is ever present.